Hello, everyone. Hey, good morning, and welcome to Morning Verses with Mike. I'm going to turn my phone down there. Thank you for coming in and joining me this morning. I sure appreciate it. Get my setup rolling. I think everything's going. I feel like I'm forgetting something this morning. So, good morning. Thank you for joining with me. Remember, I'm doing this every single weekday at 6:15 a.m. to help spread the word, spread some positivity, share some faith, talk about Jesus. Whoops. Oh man, I just dropped stuff all over. Oh well, we'll just keep rolling. So this morning I'm going to be reading from 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 4. As with every morning, I'm going to be reading from my Everyman's Bible, my New Living Translation. And like I said, I'm going to put this up there. 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 4. Please do me a favor. If you're gaining something out of these verses, if you're gaining something out of these videos, if you would give them a thumbs up, share this on your social media page. Share the video, because that's one way we can get the word out and spread our faith and just spread that positivity and wrap others up and in something good. So going into 2 Corinthians, it talks about what is this book about. It's a follow-up to the issues Paul dealt with in 1 Corinthians. Seems to make sense, right? Plus an answer to those who question Paul's authority. It was written, the book of Corinthians, written by the Apostle Paul, talks about Paul's toughness and endurance rival anything we can find in the sports or military. Just look at the never give up attitude. That's part of the reason I wanted to share this verse this morning. I was involved in this massive, just swept up through the auto industry in this massive online prayer vigil that we held for Michelle, a lady in our industry that was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so it was one of those that it just reminded me, when we're talking about perspective, the toughness and endurance that people can display. So let's get into the verse. 2 Corinthians 1:4 says, He comforts us in all of our troubles so that we can comfort others. When they're troubled, we will be able to give them the same comfort God has given us. I'm going to read that one more time. It says, He comforts us in all of our troubles so that we can comfort others. When they are troubled, we will be able to give them the same comfort God has given us. That's such a strong statement. And like I said, we spent 24 hours, I guess not last night, yesterday, starting at midnight, so Saturday night, Sunday morning, and moving until midnight today. We finished up, when I say we, it's this massive movement of people. There were 48 live streams over a 24-hour period, half hour each. And I'll share the link. I will share the link in the description to this video. So if it's something you want to get involved in, that movement, you could go to fightwithmichelle.com and you could get involved with that movement. But we spent time moving and spreading faith and sharing love and talking about hope and just praying. And we're asking for this friend. And everybody got so swept up in this movement, and it was just so moving. And so as I was thinking about my verse for this morning, and I'm talking about 2 Corinthians 1:4, in this particular verse, it reminds us that trials and tribulations, they're going to come our way. It says He comforts us in all of our troubles. You're not going to avoid trials, tribulations, frustration. You're not going to avoid those things. It says they're going to come to you. But He comforts us in those. He allows us to be strong. The world can be falling apart around us or inside us. The world can be falling apart, but still He'll reach in and He'll provide that peace. He'll provide that peace to within you so that you can have some calm. And as believers, we believe that faith can catch on like wildfire. We've watched it happen so many times before. We watched it happen live yesterday, where it was just rolling one person to one person to one person, and it was just wildfire and this massive spread of love and hope. And this is another way that God provides us that peace and healing. He reminds us, He surrounds us with people that we need at the right time. He has us attract others into our circle that can provide peace and comfort and healing. You know, He is all powerful. He will always provide that comfort to us. And so that way, one of the biggest ways that this verse was speaking to me, because different verses speak to us differently at different times in our lives. And one of the biggest things that it reminded me as I was going through this yesterday, as planning my verse for this morning, is it's like, you know, He surrounds us and puts those people into our circle, and so that we must help in providing comfort to them when it's necessary also. We have to reach out. We have to be the light. Let your light shine. When darkness is closing in, you that's watching this, you right now, need to reach out and share with other people and envelop them in love and faith and peace and hope and help to comfort. Be their comfort. Let God's hands work through you. So that's the message this morning on Morning Verses with Mike. Thank you so much for taking the time to get up and join me. Remember, I'm doing this every weekday. Do me a favor, please. If you're gaining something out of these episodes, give them a thumbs up, share the video, share a verse in the sidebar that is impactful to you. Share a verse that is impacting you right now. Let's continue the discussion afterwards. You know, that would be awesome. And one last thing for this morning, because there's still opportunities to donate and help out for this movement. You can go to fightwithmichelle.com and you can read this woman's story, because you may not know who Michelle is. She's a woman that's been diagnosed with cancer. You may not know, but you can go and see how touching it is, and you can see our whole 24 hours plus. You know, we had other people getting swept up and in the movement, man. So there's more than 24 hours of video available there, and there's awesome prayers and testimony. So thank you for taking the time to get up and join me today. Look forward to seeing you 6:15 tomorrow. Remember, I'm doing it every weekday, 6:15 a.m. Mountain. And until we speak next, I hope you out there have an absolutely fantastic day. We'll talk to you soon, everybody.